So, the radio in my dad's car, the Corolla that you guys saw in the headlight cleaning episode, has been acting up lately. My dad's tired of it. He wants an upgrade. So that's where we get today's video. We are going to be putting a new stereo head unit into his 2006 Toyota Corolla. Basically what we're going to be doing is opening it up, getting everything sorted out that we're going to be putting in there tomorrow. We're going to put everything together and get it ready. Styrofoam. First of all, I ordered a box of styrofoam, obviously. Just kidding. There's actually something in there. Yes. It is a Kenwood DPX502BT. Some of you may not know that if you want to install a new radio in your car, you're going to need more than just a radio. You got to do some research, and some other parts are going to be necessary for the installation to go smoothly. So right here we've got a Metro wiring harness and an American International installation kit code TOYK96958. There we go. I can speak English. But that stuff aside, that's just accessories. Let's look at what we are really here for. This radio works with Pandora, iHeartRadio, Sirius XM, and it also has Bluetooth. It has a little remote that I really don't see anyone really using. It has Android music playback, and overall, it was a really, really good deal. More wiring, the remote, all important things, of course. Styrofoam. Told you I ordered a lot of it. The stereo head unit comes wrapped in this plastic wrap to keep it protected. You can see it has a protective front panel wrap as well. Very bulky instruction manual. So what we're going to be doing tonight is basically going to be setting up all the components. So this Metra, it's a radio wiring harness, claims to offer quick and easy installation, no cutting required, and it plugs right into the factory harness in the dash. We'll find that out tomorrow. Here we have more wiring stuff. That's going to go in back the radio right there. Those wires are going to be going into this wiring kit, and that is how the stereo is going to communicate with the engine, the car. We're not going to need this installation plate stuff right now. We're just going to be setting up the wiring. So we're going to go ahead and get going with that. Before we just jump in to start putting wires together, be aware that you're going to need a couple other tools. Here we have a set of wire strippers, needle nose pliers, a pair of heavier pliers, wiring butt connectors. We're going to be doing with those, we're going to be taking the wiring harness adapter, connecting those wires to the radio wires. The reason why we need the wire strippers is because these radio wires have no open end of the wire, so we need to strip off some of the outer casing so that we can twist together the wire inside and put it into a butt connector to connect it with another one of these wires. They're slightly more prepared. They've already pre-cut the wiring ends, but we still need to twist them and put them in. So what we're going to be doing is, you can see I already have one right here. We're going to take these casings off these wires, twist up the wiring, put it inside, pinch it in so that it's nice and solid, and we're going to do the same with the same color-coded wire from the radio harness, and we're going to put that in there. We're going to crimp them both together to make sure that they're nice and solid and connected. It's super, super, super important. I cannot stress that enough, that you make sure that both wires are in enough that the ends are connecting. Otherwise, you're going to have wires stuck together that aren't actually connected, and that is not good. So you've got your wire strippers and your wires, and so I'm going to be using the 16 gauge. The idea is that you want to have enough where it can go into the wiring butt connector without having it dangle out at all. So as you can see, I have taken off the rubber tip. I'm now twisting the wiring together to create a continuous kind of connection, and then I'm going to bend the tip over so that it goes solidly into the butt connector and stays there. So we're going to do that for the rest of these wires, and then we're going to do it for the harness wires, and then we're going to get them all connected together. So let's go ahead and get started with that. Alright guys, so we got the harness all set up. As you can see, we have all the wires connected that need to be connected for this install. You got it plugged into the stereo. I really hope that none of these come undone, because that was a very painful process putting them together. For some reason my camera stopped recording at the end, so you guys missed out on the last part, but it was pretty much the same thing. You got to see me twisting the wires up, you got to see me putting the connectors together, so you guys get the idea. Hoping that all the wires stay put together. I was crimping them as well as I could, but for some reason some of them just didn't want to stay in, but hopefully they'll stay together. We'll find out tomorrow. I might have to end up redoing the harness off camera, but you guys get the idea. So we'll see you guys tomorrow when we put the stereo into the car. And yep, excited to get going with that. I lied, guys, the video for tonight is not done yet. We still need to do a continuity test with a volt checker. And so what we're going to be doing is seeing if when we connect these to these pins and these pins of the corresponding wires, we are going to find out if a circuit is made. Find out if we have connection. So just going to demonstrate that with one of the wires. We're going to go ahead and do it with the ground wire, which is the black. Line up where they connecting on the third pin. I have no idea if we are actually getting a connection, because I am struggling to not getting a reading, which means I messed up or I'm not doing something right now. Most likely I messed up. Honestly, the hardest part of this is just getting the stupid wires connected. Anyway, I'm going to do that when I'm not worrying about being watched on camera, but we're going to try and see if we have connections. If we don't, well, yay, I get to redo the harness. Anyway, guys, we'll see you in the morning. Until then, what is going on, guys? Welcome to tomorrow. Like I said, we're about to go ahead and get going with putting the radio into this car, 2006 Toyota Corolla. You're probably wondering why I have the engine bay open. Well, that's because we need to disconnect the battery first. So we're going to be taking off the negative terminal on the battery, and then we're going to go inside the car, take apart the dash, put the new stereo in, and it's going to be super cool. So I can't wait to get going with that. Without further ado, we will. Alright, so as you can see, we got the connector disconnected. I almost unscrewed the nut too much because I went into autopilot mode and was just unscrewing, but I figured it out. That's why you saw me go the other direction a little bit at the end of that video. Sorry about my younger brother getting in the way. That was another part of my distraction, but so now we can safely work on the electronic system of the car. So go ahead and, oh dear. Filming and closing hood are not easy things to do. Alright, so inside we are gonna be removing all this dash trim. There's the stock radio unit. Basically we're gonna be popping all this off, and so we can get to the screws back here that hold this radio in, and then we're gonna put the new one in. So without further ado, get started with that. It's pretty important, or well, it's just a little thing that makes it easier. I used the gear selection offset thing. I have the handbrake pulled up and the gear selector pulled all the way back so that I can more easily remove the trim. But other than that, guys, we're gonna go ahead and get going. Alrighty then, guys, so as you can see by the current state of the interior of the car, we got the factory dash, everything, factory stereo, all taken out. I think it's kind of a silly design that you have to literally take apart the entire dashboard just to get the radio out. But I don't design these cars, so obviously I don't have a say in that. But we're going to go ahead now and get everything set up for the aftermarket installation. And so we're going to put it in and see if it works, and it's going to be pretty awesome. So I'm excited for that. Okay, guys, we have gotten the new radio all bracketed up and the wires are all plugged in. We're going to now try and get it into the dashboard. Hopefully we'll have smooth sailing from here on out. Hopefully, because we had a lot. As you can see, it is now darker outside. Well, you can probably see that. It's darker, though, because that took absolutely forever, because I did not realize that the Kenwood radio had a trim plate already on it. And so I was like, well, this doesn't fit. And so I was worrying about that, and fortunately I found what to do. But we're going to have to hurry if we're going to finish this. So I'm going to go ahead and get cranking. Okay, guys, so we have run into some issues. Issues is kind of an understatement. So I don't know if you guys saw that in the last time lapse, but I was putting the new radio in, connecting everything, and as I was about to put it into place and put the dash the vents and everything back on, what did my eyes notice but a lovely disconnected wiring connector. And then I looked closer and there was another one. So those are getting redone. They're going to get redone. I'm going to put the stereo in off camera and show you guys what it looks like, just because it's going to get dark really soon, and by the time I have everything ready, I have something I need to go to tonight as well, so I'm not going to be able to finish, but I'll show you what it looks like when it's all put in and finished, and we'll go from there, guys. But thank you guys for sticking with me. I hope you're not too disappointed you don't get to see it actually getting put in, but that's how the cookies crumbled. And so we'll come back with the next clip will be finished and put in, and that'll be it, guys. Alright, everybody, so the radio has gotten installed. My dad finished putting it in while I was out that night, and so I'm going to show it to you guys right now. See what you think. Please let me know what you think of the install. I'm sorry that I wasn't able to get actually putting it in, but we had to not totally, some of the connectors were good, but some of them, the crimp caps just didn't really hold the wires together, and so we had to redo that, and then we did a bunch of electrical taping to hold the stuff together, so hopefully that works. So far the radio works in the car and everything. I'm going to show what it looks like. It's with the car turned off. As you can see, looking pretty nice. It's not quite trim and flush with the dash. Well, I mean, the trim plate is, but obviously it's a different type of plastic and whatnot, but I still think it looks pretty sick, and even more so when it turns on. So let me go ahead and show you guys that. So you can see there's a pretty cool turning on animation.
This hit TV show Flip This House. My team and I are looking for a hit.
I'm going to turn the volume down so you can just look at it. The center button lets you do a lot of different cool things. You can mess with the audios, display, tuner settings, the clock, demo mode, whatnot. All in all, very cool. Very happy with it, and hope you guys have enjoyed watching this video. With that, guys, it's time to end. Please leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed. If you didn't, let me know how I can do better, how I can improve, and we can keep making this channel get bigger and better together. Thank you guys again so much, and until next time.